Hello, welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, we are going to learn inserting data rows in MySQL database using PHP. It's a very simple and quickly I'll show you how to insert a front-end PHP form data to like a database table creating and inserting data into on it. Very simple and easy steps I'll explain you. Let's see. First of all, for that, we need to create a HTML form with the basic data. Like a called, I'm creating reg.php. Take an HTML form code. Very simple. I'm not making you much confused and much like what I can tell you that difficult. Very simply, I'm taking like three parameters only. That is name, email, and password. We'll see once if I save it is as reg.php. This is the form is reg.php. We will be learn the life cycle how to insert. Save and reg.php. Save it is in a form of registration form. All right. Now, if I run this form reg.php, you check it. reg.php. See, with the three parameters, I have designed this form. You can make it as a more beautification, like a name, email, password. The three things I have taken, and with the button of register. Very simply. Once it is done successfully created, what we require to next. And most of the persons you are aware of it, like a creation of the form and a putting an action to like a transmitting the form. We have seen our previous lectures as well on methods using the post and pull method, get methods. We have covered these things, and these are the input text boxes we have seen, like a creation of the text boxes here, and a text of the name, email, password I have taken, and submit button. All right. And when I press the submit button, the action is going to insert.php. So I want to take one more form of insert.php. Before, yes, I can go and as well. I can go before going to this. I'm taking three things of name, email, password, table of the registration at my database. We'll see how it is. Yes, the ready-made query is also available for this. We'll see here. Yeah, this is the registration table. Take a copy. Yes, go to the table of MySQL. It's ready here. And go to the query window. By creating of the table is pretty easy in MySQL. Pretty easy. See here, the registration I'm using here, very simple. And also I'm specifying along with one more ID, int, with values int and auto increment option I'm giving for this ID. And one more option I'm creating for the table, it is auto increment primary. It's enough primary key I'm giving. Why? We will know about when we are reaching the update and all. Every table you should try to have at least one single primary key. That is so called very important. And this table is having this is the like a script for creating a table. Any table you are going to creating, this is the create table and the name of the table you have to specify and open and end braces. The columns you have to specify id, int, auto increment I am specifying. On every row, it will automatically the value will be incremented by one. Auto increment will tell that. And I am putting it as a primary key. And the name like a name column to be insert on the name. And the varchar I have taken the data type. And the length of the column is 50. And the default is null. Means empty can also be acceptable. And the email, the same thing. And the password, I have taken this thing. And engine is InnoDB, default character set, it is default. It will be taken care. And now you try to execute this query. By pressing the go button here, you turn around the bottom right side, you find out the button, go here. On the demo, I'm going to creating this table. Okay, now let's see here and execute with the go. It will be executed. Yes, no database selected. I'm really sorry about it. Yes, we will taken care of copy of this data and select the demo database. Go to SQL Paste the query here and now go. Yes, query is returned empty result set and it is showing tick mark means it is query is executed successfully. So the registration table is here. Click with the registration table. Now go to the structure of the table and on the top of the above you will see the structure. See, wow, table is created successfully. This is the ID. It is showing that primary key is set for this column and auto increment, the name varchar and the email varchar, password varchar. All you have saturated successfully here. All right. And now my front end form is having three parameters. These three parameters need to be sent for to have a data. And check this table straight away. You will see the empty here. See, there is a three columns are displaying. If any data is there, it will be displayed here below the column names. All right. We'll try to establish a database connection and insert query to prepare and send the data over here. And we'll check to complete the insert query successfully in this session. See here, the first step of the designing of a HTML form is completed. On to be complete this insert.php form. Let's see here how it is. Go to the document. We'll see here. Yes, to be established a database connection. We have done our previous lecture how to create a database connection and we'll use for the same connection here. Okay. And the third step, insert.php. See, this is the code is ready-madely, it is available. I want to create one more form, insert.php. Let's create new code here and save it is as insert.php. Save this. Yes, the form is saved successfully. Now I will explain you. Please wait. And here on registration.php, like what we have given a form insert.php. When button is submitted, it will be using post method. It will carry all these inserted filled with the text box values to this form based on action where we have specified that form will reach. Now insert.php is here which is prepared and first of all we have a see include option is used to avail PHP form functionalities if any. We have a PHP forms to integrate each other to avail the functionality of that particular form is having the functionality. We'll call that form to include or require these options to use mentioning this form. See, the form path we have to define. Actually, the forms are at the same place, so I have used simply include with con.php. This is the form, the name I have given conn.php, and the connection is here. Have you seen? Now, these all are not required, so I'm making it as in the comment lines. It's a word wrap and call characters. We don't know where it is. I'm making it as a comment. So multi-line comment in PHP, you just make it as a forward slash and star with forward slash. Yes, it's done with the comment of multi-line. Okay. Now see here, database connection is available here. And I have here, I have called the database connection. And now when the button is submitted, the action is happened with the post, it will be reached here and is set post. See the post submit action if it is done. Here it is verifying is set post. If it is not submitted by the post, it won't read you and treat you as a submit action. By a HTTP action, it will be considered as a post method. All right. Now see $_post is a super global variable. It is calling to identifying and it's in a post method has been happened in the previous page. Now three parameters I am reading here by assigning the values. I have taken a variable name, email, three declared here and assigning underscore post using super global method of post method by name, email, password. These three are like a registration form name value. The name here it is defined as a name is name, email, password. These three are written as here it post method like a name, email, password to collecting that form data to assigning these three variables here. Once the assignment of the variables data allocating to these variables, what we do now is preparing insert query. This is the variable I have taken insert, and here I am establishing a database query called insert into. This statement will tell you to execute. This is the query language, SQL language, a command which is called insert into, where we want to insert the data registration table. This is the table name. We have created a table name called registration here. And the columns, what are the columns? I am sending a data from the database table. See the database table column names, you have to define them. Name, email, password. How the name and email password is written here to be written in the first here in the value, like a column names. After this completion of the parentheses, you have to specify the values. What are the values you are going to inserting for accordingly to mapping these three columns. For the name column, I'm sending this value with this is the parameter. And for the email, I'm sending this parameter. And the password, I'm sending this parameter. The three things I have mapped here. And it is so called very important you to like a order of this variable, like a column names and variable assignment is so called important. If you are changed this order, how the order is taken here, based on the order you have to rearrange the values as well. Otherwise, the column data inserted to some other column. Okay. Once the prepared of insert statement successfully, you have to strongly remember within the single quotes you have to specify to call the variable here in the values parameter, and comma should require. Okay. Now here it is an ins underscore res is a variable I have taken for the purpose of to result set, load the result set. And here MySQL like query is want to execute two parameters. That is, one is connection and another one is insert statement. See, the connection I am calling straight away this variable because of this connection which is a variable is available from this form. See, the connection form is having this variable con. I am straight away called this form con.php here and availing that functionality here directly. And insert statement I have prepared here to prepare successful insert statement, and here it is established. So once this line is executed, the MySQL query predefined method is executed at database server, and the result will be assigned here. If the insert query is properly executed, it will be tell us inserted. If not, it set failure and specify some error code. All right. Let's. I hope you are familiar and understand about the code explanation. Let's see and execute the insert of the query, and we'll see the data over here. Now refresh all the things. Before going to refresh, you have to save it successfully all the forms. And now you try to refresh. I'm going to be inserting my name only for Hari and email, and the password is admin. Now click here to register. It is redirected to insert.php and the database connection is established, and now the data is showing that inserted. Means based on our code, this is the printed the output. So called the query is executed successfully. Now we will check with our database. Yes, again you check with the registration table browse. It's loading. Yeah, wow, successfully it is inserted. I have told you to inserting auto increment ID. So it is here automatically. So it is the name is here. My table is filled with the data. So till now we have a successfully created insert query along with to establishing a database connection, creation of the table, establishing database connection, and creating front-end HTML form like a registration form, and making the posting methods, and inserting form to prepared a insert query, and used the MySQL query method, and inserted a query successfully into the database. I hope you have to revise with two or three times for this lecture, especially to prepare insert query successfully in your database. Thank you for watching this lecture. Thank you.